Welcome to Module 12, the most honest, no-fluff, real-talk module in the entire Databricks Genie training series. We're diving into the hard questions, the real-world failures that trip people up, and exactly how to position Genie inside your enterprise data architecture for massive success. This isn't theory. This is battle-tested advice from actual enterprise deployments. If you want Genie to thrive in production and not become another failed AI experiment, you need to watch this module very carefully. Let's get into it. Are you ready to make Genie unstoppable? First, let's talk about where Genie actually lives in your data architecture. You've got raw data pouring in from ERP, CRM, and logs into your bronze layer. Then it gets cleaned and typed in silver, and finally transformed into beautiful, business-ready gold layer views. Genie sits right at the consumption layer, alongside your BI tools. Dashboards handle the 20 known questions your business asks every week. Genie, it handles the 200 unknown, ad hoc questions nobody ever built a dashboard for. Key takeaway: Genie is not a data modeling tool. It's a powerful delivery mechanism. The stronger your gold layer, the more magical Genie becomes. Here's the 80/20th rule that separates Genie winners from Genie wannabes. 80% of your success comes from data modeling, building clean silver and gold layers, adding rich metadata, creating solid business definitions, and maintaining structural integrity. Only 20% comes from tweaking Genie settings like the knowledge store, example queries, and instructions. Genie doesn't fix bad data, it actually amplifies it. If your data layer is weak, Genie will proudly show everyone how messy things really are. Moral of the story? Fix your foundation first. Let's settle the big debate. Dashboards versus Databricks Genie. Dashboards in Tableau or Power BI are fantastic at answering the same 20 known questions week after week. But Genie shines exactly where dashboards fall short, answering the 200 questions nobody ever thought to build. Example: instead of waiting 3 days for an analyst to answer which product category grew fastest among new customers in the Northeast, Genie gives you the answer instantly. The real superpower of Genie is destroying that painful 3-day ad hoc request queue. It's not about replacing dashboards, it's about filling the massive gap between them. So what are the smartest ways to introduce Genie in your organization? Led with high impact, low complexity wins that build instant trust. Use it for true self-service analytics, so business users don't have to file Jira tickets and wait days. Let them discover data with natural language, instead of manually digging through catalogs. Handle ad hoc questions without burning out your analysts. Even better, let analysts use Genie to generate a strong starting SQL query they can refine. Start small, deliver quick wins, and watch adoption explode. Now let's get technical. Bronze, silver, or gold? Which layer should Genie query? You can technically query bronze, but you'll hate the experience. Cryptic names, nested structures, duplicates, no business context. Performance suffers too. Silver is better, but still not ideal. Gold layer curated views? That's the sweet spot. Clear business names, rich descriptions, pre-joined logic, and ready for human consumption. Pro rule: always create dedicated gold tier views as a translation layer specifically for Genie. Genie performs best on clean, well-modeled, business-friendly data. Never throw raw tables at it. Let me tell you about one of the most common and dangerous failure scenarios: the metric definition trap. Imagine your schema has net_revenue, gross_revenue, booked_revenue, and adjusted_revenue. A user simply asks, "What is revenue?" Without proper guidance, Genie might guess the wrong column, and suddenly different teams see completely different numbers. Trust evaporates instantly. The fix? Use SQL expressions in the knowledge store to lock in definitions. Plus clear text instructions like, when users say revenue without qualification, always use net_revenue. Genie follows a smart resolution order: expressions first, then examples, instructions, and only as a last resort does it guess. So how accurate can you actually expect Genie to be? It depends entirely on your space maturity. Uncurated spaces? You're looking at 40 to 60% accuracy. Not great. Lightly curated? 60 to 75%. Well curated with expressions and examples? 80 to 90%. Heavily curated with continuous iteration? You can hit 90% plus. Here's the big insight: accuracy is not a Genie feature. It's a direct result of your curation workflow. If you want production-grade trust, you must target 90% plus accuracy before wide rollout. Another frequent pain point is complex joins. Genie can handle joins, but reliability varies. The gold standard? Pre-joined views in your gold layer. Highest reliability, especially for 3 or more tables. You can also define relationships directly in the knowledge store for 2 to 3 hop joins. Foreign keys in Unity Catalog give moderate results, while implicit column name matching is risky and should be avoided. Practical rule: if a question usually needs 4 or more table joins, create a pre-joined view. This prevents join explosion errors and keeps answers fast and accurate. Let's talk performance and cost, because nobody wants slow or expensive AI. Chat mode typically responds in 2 to 8 seconds. Agent mode takes 30 seconds to a few minutes. Pro tip: use serverless SQL warehouses for Genie. Most chat questions return in 3 to 5 seconds with 0 cold starts. For cost guardrails, set query timeouts at the warehouse level. Use small warehouse sizes like 2x small. Add result limits and instructions, and consider a dedicated warehouse for Genie. Important: there is no automatic expensive query blocker. Cost control is your responsibility as an admin. Here's your practical 4 to 8 week roadmap to get Genie into production successfully. Week 1 to 2. Run a focused pilot with 1 use case and just 3 to 5 gold views. Add solid descriptions and 5 to 10 example queries. Test with a small group. Next 2 to 4 weeks. Iterate hard based on feedback. Expand the knowledge store. Add SQL expressions and benchmark accuracy. Then 1 to 2 weeks for production. Set up proper access controls, row-level security, and deploy using DAVs or Terraform. After that, it's continuous improvement. Review feedback weekly and keep refining. Remember, your domain expert is the most important person on the team. They provide the business context that makes everything accurate and trustworthy. Alright, let's wrap this up with the key takeaways you should tattoo on your brain. Data is the foundation. 80% of success is strong modeling and a solid gold layer. Curation drives trust. Invest heavily in your knowledge store with expressions, examples, and instructions to hit 90% plus accuracy. Governance and cost control are non-negotiable. Leverage Unity Catalog fully and set smart warehouse guardrails. Deployment strategy: start small, focus on quick wins, and iterate fast. Genie's true power is answering all those unknown questions your business has every day. But only great curation makes those answers consistently correct and trustworthy. That's Module 12, folks. You now have the real-world playbook for enterprise Genie success. Drop in the comments: what's the biggest concern you have about rolling out Genie in your organization? Like the video, subscribe for more advanced Databricks content, and I'll see you in the next module. Let's build production-grade AI that actually delivers.